Welcome everyone. So I'll be on till about 7 a.m. So thank you. Uh how am I? I am good but tired, but I can't keep complaining. Got my brothers are getting up at work in about a few hours and they can't be asked, so they got me to fucking do it. Uh welcome everyone though. Me. Honestly I'm really good right now. How are you all? It's very nice to have a lot of people right now. I just got the phone with my friend, he was like 9 people. Sweet. Yeah. Like I said, how is everyone doing? 18 people. So I can see it's now 7 people. Come on, let's get 100. Oh, I wish I get that. I usually get between like, what, 8 to 18, 20 is my minimal. Hopefully I'll get to 100 people. I wish. Now 5, now 7. Yeah, numbers drop like they always do, but I can't complain. Yeah, I'm currently in my living room right now, the little asshole. My brothers, everyone's asleep, scambling outside for me right now. Lovely. So far, just sitting in the dark. Can't complain. Like and sub, thank you. Thanks for the 3 likes. Thanks for the subs. Just I'm gonna edit a video right now because that's what kind of mood I'm in right now. Just want to edit a video, do a live. Wait, I think I already have some pre-edited. Yeah, I do. Let me just check when the last short was uploaded. Public. That was about 1 day ago. Okay, looks like I've got to do another people subbing. Thank you. Looks like I need to do my daily upload. It's called. This one's going to be called Gun to Face. Bang. Okay, the next short is coming out. Thank you. uh, yeah. So for those who subscribe and make their names public on subscribers and stuff like these, all they'll get their names written down on the skull, which I currently have upstairs. But the next live I do, maybe leave next Friday or something, I will put those names on the skull. Thank you for staying. Oh, you better go tend. Don't want your mum getting pissed off. Yeah, thank you for staying and enjoying. Yeah, go do what you gotta do. Like I said, if anyone has any issues I want to talk about, I'm here. This is what I do in lives. If they want to talk about any problems they're having, I'll sit here, talk with them. Hopefully that'll make them feel better. Because no matter the age, no one should be having to deal with a problem. It's not really fun for anyone to deal with. No one should have to deal with that. My channel, Cartel Bell. Cartel Bell, sub. Oh, wait, let me have a quick look. Cartel Bell, Cartel Bell. Let's just see. But welcome. What, that light is gonna get so bright. Actually. So Carter Bell, I've subbed to you, man. Welcome. Hello, hi, bro. Be safe. Thank you. I will. It's really much all I do at this point, you know. I'm usually up to what, like 3 to 4 a.m. Usually, some VR live streaming. Thanks. Thanks anytime. So I've just put the new short out called Gun to Face. Once it reaches 8 a.m. I am, or what, 7:30 a.m. I'm going to bed. So I'll be live for about a few hours. You know, that's the best I can do for now. Yeah, it's 4:22. Yeah. So sub to Carter Bell W3J. Just give him a nice little shout there. I want him to have a good channel. Eminem Blends. I don't really think I've added him to the skull yet. But I will do. So yeah. So 19 videos failed. What the heck? Oh damn, that's annoying. So actually annoying. Let's go public. I just want to see. Like, it's annoying. One of the videos, you know, I put out just. Of course, it's still here. I don't really see the issue that's going on with it. But, you know, yeah. Thanks for staying and watching. Oh, these dogs are snoring like pigs. Yeah, these are just puppies. We have 3 dogs now. We have Zeus, Jax, and Diablo. Jax is a mix between Jack Russell and Shih Tzu, so I just like to call him Little Jack Shit, because you know that's how he is from time to time. It's a little funny name I do for them. You know, let's see. Diablo and Zeus, I'm not quite sure what kind of breeds those are, but you know, they're just there chilling. They snore like pigs, I tell you that. So yeah, it's for those who, you know, if you have any problems you want to talk about, feel free to comment down here. You know, that's what I'm here to do. I like to talk to people about issues if they have any. Honestly, sometimes I come here and rant about my own issues. That's really what I do. But yeah, usually people who join my stream, they'll usually see me up in my room, you know, relaxing with some things, and that's really it. I'm an impressionist still going on. I do Herbert from Family Guy, Jeffrey Dahmer, and practicing Donald Trump. So here's my kind of impressions of Jeffrey Dahmer. Hey there, you wanna come back to my place and we can party? Party, come on, I'll pay you, I promise. That's just a Jeffrey Dahmer. Here's Herbert. Say, hey there, how'd you like them popsicles? Mmm. Yeah, you know. Impressions can be funny, you know, I got a lot of free shit out of doing it, so, you know. If any of you have any requests or any kind of things, if I have my laptop down here, I would, you know, pull up my story thing. It's called Dumb Shit Me and John Have Done. And it's like 22 things. If you picked a number between any of those, I would give you a story out of it. So, you know, it's nice. So nice. So yeah, you know, welcome. So if you know, welcome to the chat. How's everyone doing? Thanks for everything, the likes, subs, and everything. It's very nice to have people joining, being part of the Rcxd crew here. Oh, those gels, say it's supposed to be quiet, but it's not. It's all I can hear is that just slightly whirring noises of pigs just going at it. Like, you know what a whirring sound is? Like I don't know how to describe it. It's the gerbils are going out on that wheel. When we bought them, we got a bunch of free shit from them, and they just said, here's something free. Now have it there. It's quiet, efficient, and shit. But nope. See, on my channel, I like to swear a lot. That's what I do as well. I swear. I talk about problems. I'll vent about my problems. I like to help people with getting stuff off their chest if they need. Furry. So range furry. I believe I've heard of that. So for range furry, I have sub to you. Wacky Quib. I will subscribe to you. Welcome everyone. I make some cool CCTV footage. Very nice, very nice. Yeah, it's very nice at night like these times, Puff me back. On TikTok you can't really vape on there, so honestly, I'm gonna try and practice my Heath Ledger impression right now. It's like, yo, I don't know how I got these scars. My father, he was a drinker and a fiend. And one night, he goes out crazy, really unusual. Mommy gets a kitchen knife to defend herself. He doesn't like that. Not one bit. So me watching, he sticks a blade in her mouth and says, "Why so serious?" And me watching comes at me with a knife. He sticks a blade in my mouth and says, "Why so serious?" And oh, well, I just missed the lines like, "Let's put a smile on that face." And why so serious? So yeah, that's just me practicing my impressions, having fun with it. Really, that's what life is about, having fun, just really enjoying it, Do what you can, do what you must do with it, It's the best thing you can do in life. If you take everything seriously, you're not going to have fun. With me, I take a lot of things seriously, and I don't end up having fun 95% of the time. So, if it's me on a game, like something I enjoy, like Pavlov or the Walking Zombies, like the Walking Dead Saints and Sinners, I love that game. It's fun to do. You can just relax, let loose, and do as much dumb stuff as possible. That's why I do so much VR content. That dog, damn dog is snoring so much. You know, it's just gotta enjoy things. Otherwise, it's not really much you can do. But some people come here on my channel telling me, they feel sad about something, they have problems, and whatever they want to talk about, I am generally really here. Let me just quickly. Um, Trading 620Ms. Radioactive Swagger Bros. I'm looking for Santa's sleigh and stuff my users. Fair enough, man. I'll give you a quick subby. There you go, mate. Now, welcome to the you've been sub to. Welcome. So yeah. Now, some people like to come here and tell me that they don't have they're not having a good time right now. They want to talk get something off their chest. They don't usually tell no one because they can't really talk to no one, as they say. But I'm willing to here to talk to them. Some people say they're feeling sad because they got dumped and stuff. I'll sit here and talk to them about it. If they need advice or whatever. So say they've been cutting self harming. I will generally try and talk to you about that. I know people who do self harm, and I try and talk to them about it. They whether they're lying to me saying that's actually generally helped or it generally has. I'm just generally here to be nice and stuff on this platform. My channel says otherwise. But if anyone really needs like a moment where they just want to get something off their chest, they're more than free to say it. It's good. Ugh, God, I've got an itched bloody nose. It's weed. Just checking out one of my videos, like the newest one called Gun to Face. It's like, oh, 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 what's holding a gun? It's bloody funny. Yeah, it's just so crazy. So, it's just about having fun. It's really about it. I'm just gonna do this. Oh, it's getting bright outside. Honestly, I feel like having a coffee. One day when I've actually got some money and shit, I'll be doing so much funner content for people. I'll be doing blogs and shit, reacting videos to me, looking at other people's content, where people are raging and shit, as the newer generation call it, crashing out or some shit. I don't know. Um, you know, um, I'll be doing that 24-hour videos and shit, like whatever the fuck I need to do. Um, as long as you lot get some funny content to view in the end of the day, that's really as important to me as well for you lot. Oh, Jack, what's that damn dog doing? Jax. So, those dogs over there, the ones that are sleeping, they were being absolute nightmares. We took them to a walk, to a nice big vast park, great forest and everything, but they were fucking nightmares. They're, they It's not like you're walking them, it's like they're yanking, dragging you away. It's funny. How are those gerbils still at it? It's surprising. Yeah. So let's just take first we have Rayan as the top fan messenger, then Carter, Fez, yeah, Fez Pika, what Watch Crib, then bunch of others. So that's the first three. Yeah, thanks. We're just chilling here, enjoying our time. But like I said, if you really want to get something off your chest, like feel free. This is a nice space for that. So really, usually I just come on live, sit down, chat about things. Jax, what do you need? Like that, that was just Jax shaking the shit out of it. And just relaxing himself fully as a chance. Thank you for the likes. Yeah. Usually I don't stay up like till 7 a.m. or some shit. I usually am relaxing and stuff. Just give me 1 minute. I have to let these dogs out so they don't actually piss and shit in the living room. Okay, I'm back now. Just have to check if the dogs need a piss or shit, but nah, they were just relaxing. Who's up? Yeah, I've got to say thank you for the sub, Carter. Is it Carter? Carter. Thank you, Rayan. Yeah, you know, if you want to comment down anything, you're more than free to comment it down. What's the time? 4:39 a.m. Shit. Okay, so around 7 a.m. or 7 a.m. I will be getting off YouTube, like ending the live there, and then I will be waking up those who need to be woken up, and I'll be heading to bed. And I usually put up a quick post when I'm about to go live and shit, but I didn't do that today, so it was nice just for people just to join randomly. Not many people decide to join. Right, I'll be back in 1 minute. I'm just gonna go grab a drink. Okay, I'm back now, so alrighty then. Welcome everyone. How's everyone doing? Really nothing's interesting happening. I'm just drinking some water here. Uh, you know what? Whenever I can, I'll try and get one of the good apps up again, and I'll try and create a video of my friends on reacting to someone doing some dumb shit. Like you find a lot of good content on YouTube, but it's the ones you got to find that won't get restricted and stuff. So probably some, because Daz Black, he's a funny ass YouTuber. Don't get me wrong, I love the bloke. He makes funny content. I just gotta admit that Daz is a great bloke, especially Daz reacts. For those who don't know him, or if you may know him already, but for those who don't, check out his channel. He's great. But really, if I could, I'd honestly take a moment just to hang out with him and do some content together. So get all this fun stuff we could do. But reacting, he does a lot of good reacting stuff. He reacts to people who make dumb people. Sorry, word is so wrong. He reacts to bullying, which he is not a supporter of. Like, if someone's online, they promote anti-bullying, but then they're telling them to go kill themselves, which they shouldn't do in general. You know, he will say something about it, and one of the blokes are Captain Cornflakes. That's what he calls himself. I have no idea. But he says he's anti-bullying, he's against hating, and so he reacts to Daz. After Daz reacts to him, and he makes this Captain Cornflakes roasts Daz in some weird, messed up songs, but that don't really make sense. It's funny though on how he does it. So he's like everyone hating Daz because he's a bully, he's a hater, and he does some dumb stuff, whatever. But Daz Black, dude, funny as shit. Honestly, I'm grateful he went famous because he deserves it in every way. But yeah, just me, you know, yapping on about some shit. uh, any day if I could ever hang out with Daz Black, I swear it'd be a great day for me. Just gonna have a quick drink of water. I'm so thirsty. I have no idea what dude this dog is snoring. I really don't know if you can hear the dog snoring in the background, but dude. Yeah. Like, I mean, some kind of bullying is alright, like just some kind, but when you're telling people to kill themselves when you don't know what they're going on in their lives. But yeah. Like certain kind of bullying's alright, like if you're having bullying someone for a certain reason or whatsoever, and say it's like a really dumb reason, like just depending on how you bully them. If it's like physical bullying, like punching and kicking and shit, then that's not okay. But saying like I don't know how to put this. So my friend, this is the easiest way to do it. I bully my friends in a fun way, like my friend John broke his hand on a Poundland window because the glass is very thick, by the way. And here's what I did. Every day I called him. He sent me pictures of the X-ray, and it was like, "Oh mate, you're such a dickhead for that." I just insult him any way I can, as in like fun. That kind of bullying is okay because that's a friend kind of bullying, but you don't know the bloke, and then you're just constantly saying, "Oh, you're a pedophile. Oh, you're a pedophile. You touch kids and shit." it's not right though, because you have no idea what's going on in their lives. You know, but that's Black. He does whatever he does in a really funny way. He makes funny content that I'll gladly watch any day. You know, for he reacted to the vegan teacher, and the vegan teacher reacted to Daz Black, and then Daz Black reacted to the vegan teacher, and it just was a back and forth thing, and I found it funny, you know, because Daz Black's like, why do all vegans, why are they all ukulele wankers? And by the time ukulele wankers, they literally all had ukuleles, and it was funny. And then Captain Cornflake goes on saying, you know, like, you calling them all ukulele wankers, but you know, dude literally is insulting him, telling him to kill himself. But he's also told people, Captain Cornflakes has told people to kill themselves, which isn't really funny, you know. Let's just see what's happening now. Time is 4:48. So in about what, like 2 hours, I've got to get. Well, yep, to about 2 to 3 hours, got to get some people up, and that's really it, you know. Oh, is this an English accent? I hear it at 4:48. What the fuck are you doing, Silverwake? Yeah, I'm British, mate. It's not an accent. It's just generally I am British. But yeah, you know, I don't drink tea whatsoever. I don't do crumpets and shit. It's just how I am, you know. Oh, Newcastle. Fair enough. Fair enough. So, you know, you can understand the kinds of issues that are going on around England right now and stuff. So, is my vape dead? No, 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 no. No, it's got 70%. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so, people in the UK can understand the kind of immigration issues we're having, and so, yeah. But, you know, I don't mind them coming over. It's just like, I only have issues when, you know, you're driving around and someone cuts you off and they don't even give you like a, like, you're giving way to someone, and you know, you just, it's normal, it's, you know, human decency to give, you know, the wave back. But no, some cunt doesn't even do that, and, you know, will just proper piss you off. It's a joke. Yeah. So, you know what? I didn't even notice you have a picture of a fucking UK flag on you. The Union Jack, that's cool actually. Carlos. Well, thank you, Carlos. You are now subscribed to you. It's 4:50 a.m. Someone's still fucking way colder than me. That shit ain't right. So you got 18 subs, man. Not bad. Not bad. You know, I started out my channel back in 2019, and it was a doozy for me to start off with. You know, I used to do just random YouTube videos of cats my cat in like a big ass bush and then shit, and then I changed it to me and my friends, and then I took, for some reason, I took a break off YouTube for about a little while. But, it's for Carlos. I'm just gonna say this. I really start. If you have anything you can start posting on, just create whatever content you feel like, man. People love that kind of stuff. Thank you. I subbed to you. Um, I had more, but took a long break. That's fair enough. I did too, man. When I got to around like what 2020 when COVID started hitting, I like took a long break for at least like a year or two, and then I remembered I have a YouTube channel, so I started uploading again once I got a VR headset or whatever I could do, because that's really old content for me. Damn, I should start thinking about this now, Carlos. I feel like I should do a reaction channel, like where I react to my old videos and just see how bad they were. uh, anything for fun, like content. People love content. People have seen a lot of stuff on YouTube. I have. I used to be so bored from time to time. I was just laying in bed and I was thinking, fuck. And I scroll on YouTube. Most of it I've already seen and it's a joke. I used to watch funny compilations, cops arresting people, and yeah, it really is funny. Yeah, I just want to do some fun stuff for my friends and just really get out there. I did something funny. So, side rant, okay? I'm gonna steal Daz's line there. Side rant. Um, me and my friends, I was staying around my friends for a couple nights, okay? We were doing abandoned places for hours in the gym, prank calls and whatnot, okay? Like standard friendship. And here's what I did is we went into this abandoned house and I found this little Jimmy crowbar so tiny. I loved it. I took it, even though you're not supposed to do so. And then what I did was I we went into the kitchen of said abandoned house. Shit was covering the floors, not actual shit, like random pieces of crap, like photo frames and pieces of plastic, random things, okay? And here's what we did. In the kitchen, there were 4 eggs. After 10 years, the yolk, the sap of it all, it disappears. It just turns into a dust. And I'm there thinking, okay, fuck, what is this dickhead going to do? And he picks up one of the eggs. He throws it right at me. The egg just shatters right on my chest. I was like, ugh, the fucking smell was horrendous. I'm not talking about, no, not like a little bit of a bad smell. No, it was fucking awful. It's like I can't even describe how bad the smell was. Thank you for the like emoji. And I'm there. He grabs the second egg, second out of 4 eggs. He throws it at me, but the egg doesn't break. It just hits me, but doesn't shatter, crack, or nothing. So I just pick it up, throw it right back at him, and we smash all 4 eggs in that kitchen. That place smelled so fucking bad. I mean, words could not describe how bad the smell was. It hurt to even be in that house after, so we left. We walked back to the gym, and welcome Spike. And I was we went to the gym 4 hours. We did 4 hours at the gym. I managed to do 100, at least 200 on a leg press, and that was a while back. Thank you for the likes. And I was there thinking, okay, after the gym, we took a bus back to his place, and we was like, all right, let's get some food. We ate, and then we did prank calls. Funny thing though, we prank called treats, creams, subways, anything we can call. And he got me to do my Herbert impression. I was like, say, hey there, you like popsicles? You gotta sell popsicles? And what I did was, in one of those prank calls, I don't remember which one it was, which place I prank called and he did it. He screamed in the fucking background saying, help me, he's got me in his basement, he's touching me. I turn around and scream, shut the fuck up, as loud as I possibly could. Still on the phone, whoever we were pranking. And what I did was, I, fuck, it was funny. I hung up the phone call, then he got me to call one of his friends. And so what I did was, it was fucking funny. And then I prank called him, and after we hung up, I got home. I up in London one point. I no longer live up in London, so I moved down somewhere. I used to live up in London, and one night I was eating some bolognese shit. It was fucking banging. And what I did was, they called me whilst I was eating my dinner. I was like, okay, fuck, who is this? It was like, yo, why'd you call me? I was like, the fuck, I didn't call you. So I hung up the phone, put it down, so I got one forkful of it, put it in my mouth, and I got another call off them. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, same number. I was like, hello, what is this? It was like, yo, why the fuck did you call me? I was like, I didn't fucking call you. So I hung up the phone, and they called me again. So I was like, right, fuck off, I'm eating. And my family was like, yo, why does this person keep calling you? I was like, I don't know. So it's like, can you show me a call log? Because saying you're clearly calling them. So once I'm there, I just quickly go on my phone, really quickly, delete all the call log history, and just so no evidence remained of me ever calling them. And I thought, fuck, that was a close call. And yeah, that's the prank call story. Funny old story, by the way. That's when I was at my friend's for a few nights. We just had a proper fun time. We was in a Sainsbury's car park, just fuck arsing about in trolleys, just being men. And we even found a drug bin where people go to, you know, drop their drugs and shit. So, it was alright for that part. I helped them move. I'm actually so fucking tired. Sorry. Oh, shit. I'm just pushing on. Sweet saint. One more hour. Here's random YouTube ideas. Ring your mobile number, neighbours. The person whose number is exactly one digit. I'll just read this through the. Here's a random YouTube idea. Ring your mobile number, neighbour. The person whose number is exactly one digit higher than yours, then maybe then one below. So constantly like prank call, but my last digit is not one higher or one lower. That's actually skits. See who answers and what kind of person ends up being your accidental universal neighbor. Numerical. Oh, that's actually funny. Actually, I gotta love that, man. Yeah, you know what? Thanks for the ideas. Honestly, I'm a screenshot that for a good idea, man. Okay, I quickly got it. Thanks, man. So yeah, cool. This. Is there anything you'd like to talk about, mate? Because I've just been ranting on. Yeah, it's actually really funny. Sure, that'd be funny as hell. I can actually see that being a really funny idea, though. But for now, I'm just gonna chill out in the dark, relax. Honestly, we grew up making mixtapes, recordings, stuff from VHS. We figuring things out as we went. As a YouTube channel is basically the modern version of that. Fair enough. Enjoy the ride and don't let perfection talk you out of creating. Thank you. It's actually really good advice. Actually, I respect that. It's actually really good. It's actually a nice, good thing. Honestly, I'm gonna put one more side rant out there before I Helen and your friend members too. Thank you. Yeah, honestly, I've prank called so many people. It's funny though. I used to do so much dumb shit as a kid. Now as you grow up, you gotta realize, that consequences will catch up to you. And as I'm legal age to be arrested and shit, I can actually go to prison and shit or jail. And yeah, I'm still doing this dumb shit, but carefully. Yeah, we all do fun stuff, but yeah, like I said, if you're gonna have fun with your friends, make sure you're careful. So yeah, you want to hear a funny story? My friend was skateboarding, right? And he jumped off his board by accident, right? He broke his leg. I'm there thinking, oh my god, what an absolute idiot. So I'm there calling him as my usual fun, friendly bullying, saying, oh, you're an idiot, you're a dumbass and shit. And here's what I did. I was like, who's my little crippled healing friend? Or who's my little crippled healing bitch? As a friend and shit. You get that as friends, right? And what I did was, he's now walking on it. And so, funny story actually. I think this is number 21 or 22 on my dumb shit me and my friend John did. I actually scared the shit out of a dog. Not literally scared the shit out of them, but enough to make a dog jolt and try and run the other way. So here's what I did. Me and my friend, we was in Sainsbury's, having an absolute fucking wonderful time. And I'm there thinking, you know what, this could be funny. I saw my opportunity. We would just went in there for a quick piss. And I was in there pissing my ass off. I was in the stall and he was using the urinal. But little did I know, the motherfucker finished his piss way before me. And I'm there thinking, okay, he's just finished pissing. Not a big deal. Until he grabs the big white plastic bin, throws it over the fucking stool barrier, hits me on the back of the neck. I scream, "Can't! You can't!" Twice as loud as I possibly could. And then he runs out there, still healing after the crippling issue. And I'm there thinking, oh my god, what an idiot. So I'm there walking out. Sorry. I shouldn't be on for too long anyway. Um, yeah. My friend said after he ran out, I walked through the Starbucks to try and find him. I couldn't find him. I walked through the Sainsbury's entrance, didn't see him, so I walked back out, and then I call him. This dickhead answers the phone there, fucking laughing his ass off, emerging from the car park, and I'm there thinking, okay, I'm not gonna say a word. I'm just gonna give him a death fucking stare. I hang up the phone, slowly walk towards him, putting the phone in my pocket, and he was like, Rcxdvr, please, please, I have a broken leg. I was like, you're about to have another fucking one. As a friend joke and banter, and you get that, right? And this guy, he's there running around cars like, John, get the fuck out of the way of the car. And I was like, come on, dickhead, we gotta go do shit. So we head back to his for a few hours. We go to the High Wycombe magnet fish for a bit. I caught a teaspoon. And I was like, okay, didn't think nothing of it, so I just put it in the bin. Yeah. Me and my friend got some real dumb shit. So, that's really what happens. So, it's funny. For those who are in the UK watching my streams and stuff, here's something you can agree on. The UK banter is so much funnier than the ones they have in America. Instead of having a simple, people may disagree. For those who have dumb little bits of banter, you can think about friends just doing absolutely dumb random shit for the UK banter. And we're there like, oh, you absolute dickhead, how dare you do that to me and shit. But in America, some people don't really take banter so lightly. The way we have our banter, you can just literally throw a bin at your friend's neck and have a laugh. Oh yeah, those were the days. Our sarcasm is number one in the world. Hey, that's my guy. But yeah, so my friend threw a bin at me in Sainsbury's whilst I was having a piss, and whilst I was in the toilet stall, and this cunt was using the urinal, right? And he threw the bin over the toilet stool, hit me on the back of the neck. I was like, oh, you can't, you can't. And this guy, fucking, he runs out. And there we're having a laugh back here and there, here and there. That's British banter. You get to have a lot of fun. I'm there screaming, "You can't!" We do so much dumb shit. We walk distances, we play prank calls. That's good banter. But in America, you just hardly even have a good banter there. You say one wrong thing and it's a fucking shit. You done fucked up. It's not even funny there, it's just dumb, bro, Yeah, so really that is it for me. That's all I have to rant about. But for the thing is, the Brits have the best banter in the world, I think, yeah. Best opinion. But really though, for those, who just have a bit of banter here and there about, with your friends, it's common stuff, you get that. I'm pretty sure you, Carlos, have had some funny banter with your friends. For real, good at, um, for real, be good at ranting too. Hell yeah, just me doing this shit for about, what, 50 minutes? Shit, 54 minutes. Yep. I am one hell of a person to rant about. I just did it for, what, 54 minutes? So yeah, I mean, the amount of stories that I could tell about me and my friends were fucking mental. Um, yeah. I love that comment. For real, we have good ranting as well. Yeah. It's just funny stuff. You know, for though I'm coming up for 50, I could write a book. Coming up to 50, I could write a book. Damn, bruh. Fair enough. I mean, to hear this book out, I want to see it in live, bro. I really want to hear this because some bloke told me he was making a game, but he was this kid and his brother was murdered, and he grew up to be a detective, but his dad was murdered, but his passenger was really the killer, and then he was out for revenge and stuff. So it's a long story short, but I remember it all quite well, and I really want to see that game and book come out, man. Yeah, I mean, 50 though, that's quite a good thing. It's just me asking this personally, is it like 50 as in age or as in stuff you've done with your friends? Have you ever thought about doing streams in VR? I have tried that. It's just I need a PC and stuff to get all that sorted out. I have tried it multiple times. Um, it's a nightmare. Age Gen X, I'm vintage. Not fair enough, you know? 50 in age, man. You've seen a lot, man. That's fair enough. Damn. No, I'm only 18 here, I've just done, what, 22 dumb shit things with my friends, the kettle incident, the prank call incident, I'm still having fun here. But for you still have plenty of fun to do, man. And I really want to I want to hear the funny things you're going to do, man. It's really going to be a good thing to hear. But Gen X, bro, that's crazy. Yeah. So, Carlos, I really want to know, man, as Gen X, this must really frustrate you about, the fact of people constantly saying, "Oh, I'm a stigma male" and shit. And shit, it does piss me off, it's like, cool, we get it, I don't care. What's your personal favorite video that you've uploaded? Ooh, I'd have to go through that. So, it would have to be on shorts, but, damn, I've done a lot to think about. It would have to go between Pavlov and The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. But to really go over it, let's see. I can't really find one actually. To be honest, all the content I upload has really been my favorite. Okay, it's not really a video game, but you know that it's when I did the Herbert voice. I used to do that. I used to go up in my college, up in London, where I used to do this Herbert voice saying, my friends would just offer me shit. It's like, okay, man, I'd offer you a pack of donuts for lunch if you go up to a random store employee and just go, say this line and you get the donuts. I did it. I got the donuts in the end. And that's the funniest thing I've done. It's got to be my absolute favorite. But if it isn't, oh, second one. But yeah, when I was 35, I kidnapped my own daughter from Thailand, brought her to England, and left to governments scratching their heads. End result, fuck all they could do. Oh, that was actually psychotic. Oh, that's the best thing I've ever heard, actually. Oh, I love that. You know, I've never actually heard someone say they've actually pranked their own daughter by kidnapping and bringing them back to, you know, England to do that shit. That's crazy. That's funny. I gotta find that amusing somehow. It's just funny to me. Damn. Um. Wow, that's actually funny. Damn, that's actually got me thinking that. But the most craziest prank that I've ever done with my friend, that actually almost got me killed, um, is I was with my friend John, and he had a bunch of fireworks on him, right? True, true. She's 18 now, in university now. Oh, she's moving up. Congratulations on her. At least she's doing really well. Smart as hell. So, fair enough, man. But yeah, side rant. Yeah, my friend sold a bunch of fireworks off his parents and shit. Fucking big ass ones as well. And we was walking around near an abandoned golf course, right? This man found a kettle outside of a church, like a small little teapot you used to get, very old ones, right? And this prick, he picks it up. He gets me to carry it around. We go into the abandoned golf course, right? He sticks the thickest, fattest firework in there. And you know what he does? He lights a fuse and he was like, yo, Rcxdvr, go get that. I left my phone over there. And, he just gets me over there. And the moment I run close to it. I quickly run to it. And seconds on, let me just, so I can make sure you lot can see this right. This guy, he grabs it. And I'm near there. I couldn't see his phone. And as moments I got there, he was like, the firework blew up right in front of my fucking face with the tea, the kettle, the pot, the lid, everything on there. It just blew up right in my face. I was like, shit. And oh my fucking god, that was crazy. Honestly, it could have got me killed, but it was a funny ass prank. I wouldn't have done, if I could have, I wouldn't have changed it for anything else. Because the friends you have, the ones that you really have, they're the ones worth keeping on to. Like once you lose that good friendship, as the saying goes, you never realize how good you have it till it's all gone. With me, as friendship, once you have a friend that you've met for years on end, me and this bloke, we've been friends for years, right? And this bloke, fuck me, sideways, we've done some dumb shit, right? We must have all done some dumb shit, but you, Carlos, mate, you've actually managed to beat whatever anything else I could think of, man. That's crazy. And thanks for all the likes and stuff. What's the time? 5:17. Just gonna have a quick drink. Shit, I'm good. But now my brother said that he has work in about a few hours, right? He wants me to get him up at 6 a.m. So here's what I'm gonna do. He wants me to wake him up at 6. He even said to me on, hold on, Gen X rough, born 1965 to 1980, grew up in the gap between the Anglo and digital worlds. Oh, analog and digital, sorry. They learn independence, eagerly tend to the skeptical of authority, and high value self reliance, and often use humor as both coping mechanisms and communication style. They're the generation that remembers rotary phones, cassette tapes, and the arrival of the internet. Fair enough, making them natural translators between old school and modern culture. I've been 18. You got the you got to get to my age. You know, fair enough, man. You've beaten me in any way I can think of, so yeah, fair enough. You know, like honestly, I am 18 and I've got to get to your age, but fucking hell, man, you've done a lot. And to get to your age, man, that's gonna be a while for me. But I want to wait that time. I want to enjoy it. I want to keep creating content and bringing laughter for people. So yeah, with what was it? Oh yeah. So as my brother wants me to go up at 6 a.m., his words on call of my friends. I like to talk to people with face to face and hanging out with them normally as well on call and stuff. So I like to, as my brother did say, if I do end up getting up the first time he does go back to sleep, he will physically, if he does go back to sleep, holy shit, that's fun. He did say I can pour some water on him. I know it's a bit of water, but he's going to be pissed off about it, so I want to at least have some fun out of it. So here's what I'm going to do. My biggest regret is real talk. I wish I never smoked. That's fair enough, man. Um, Fair enough. Smoking can cause damage, and once you do start, and you constantly do it over and over again, it's not that easy to quit. So I can understand that. I mean, I vape for now. I mean, still, it's not as it's still a bit of addictive and shit. I will regret it in the future and stuff. But until then, I'm willing to make my mistakes now. But in some point in September, I'm going to quit for a while, just enjoy my life, stop vaping for a while, and then see how I feel after that. And then, if then I might go back off for a little bit and then go onto it again, off it, just go on and off of it. I don't really want to screw up my lungs for good. So I'm gonna quit vaping for about a solid month, then vape again, then stop vaping, then vape again, then stop. So I'm at least giving my body that rest it needs, and then back on, and then rest off and stuff. Giving it that time. So beginning of that is, yeah. What was it I was saying? Sheet. I can't even. Oh yeah. So when I wake my brother up, if he goes back to bed, I'm pouring water on him. Then I've got to get my brother up at another brother up at 7 a.m. So I won't be. I'll be up till around like what 7:30, and I'm going to bed. But yeah, nicotine is more addictive than cocaine. Remember that? That is true. That is so true. Because with cocaine, you fuck your nose and a lot of things else. And with vape, it's highly addictive. It will fuck your lungs up and then increase your chance of lung cancer. But people who smoke, they they just do it more and more and more, which constantly just feeds that addiction, making them want to do it so much more and often. It's crazy. Yeah. Yep. You also give some great advice, man. You really do. Yeah. I also met a bloke up in VR chat, right? I know that game's full of degenerates, and I mean, I can go along a good while without electronics. I'll just find games to do, or like Monopoly. I like a good board game here and there, a drinking game. Like, I used to have a job up in the pub, right? And what I used to do is Sunday, we used to have a thing called Sunday Club, and I was so psyched about it. Heart diseases for vaping, smoking causes lung cancer. That is so true. I mean, though some people who do it, they don't really feel happy about it in the end. They say, "Oh, vaping can make you feel so much happier and stuff." It doesn't. It really doesn't. And they say I can quit anytime I want and stuff, but really they will struggle as hell to get off it. But yeah, that is so true. What is this? I believe that I get a message. It is going to piss it down later today. And yeah, sorry for interrupting. No, it's alright, man. It's alright. Do you have a hobby? Um, Hobby is I actually like to do a bit of art here and there. I I've drawn so many things that I can't even remember. I've drawn a zombie from The Walking Dead, a skull, adventure, like Bushbold Adventure, Rick. But yeah, I've done so much art that I can't even remember most of the things I've done. I'll see if I can find a picture for you actually, just if you can bear with, please. But yeah, it's alright, man. Crazy. Still looking for some. Damn, how much? I save a lot of Instagram reels. But yeah, this is me and my friend. We used to I used to hang out with him, and we used to go into like little shops and do insanely dumb shit. I just got him doing this shit. I just got him doing this little muggy. It was funny as hell. You find once you have a true friend like that, you can really understand the fun things you can get out of it. Damn, how much? It's just damn. I save a lot of Instagram reels. Have I actually got any on here? I know I should have some like near around here. Come on, bro. Where is it? I'm just scrolling right through my camera while finding absolutely nothing. Oh, here's one thing I've done. I drew this personally. I got bored, so I just found an image off Google and decided, go, just do what I can with it. Do you play chess or what? Yeah, I like a game of chess here and there. I find it a very entertaining game. It's a very good strategic game to think about. Me and my friend Patrick. Now we're up in the college library and shit, and they have a few chessboards right there. So we're there thinking how to do it strategically. And I realised that if you focus more on the right side, you completely lose track on the left, and then you lose good pieces there. And that's what my friend Patrick taught me. I'm just going to check if I have any others, but yeah, I'll continue talking to you whilst I do so. And thinking about that, I've lost a lot of games and shit. Thank you. And this is another one I did in the college. It's a different one. I'm a huge horror guy. It's basically a SpongeBob as Jason, if you know your horror. Yeah, yeah. Well, let's just see if I can find anything else. The hell? And he's back to snoring. Wonderful. The amount of things I have in this phone is concerningly amount. So yeah, this is my friend that broke his hand, and so here's what when he did it, that was back in 2024. I used to say this. Oh, now look, he's a little broken, crippled bitch, huh? You need your help, huh? You need your help, yeah. I just do that shit to him constantly. That's our kind of banter. You know your horror. I was 5. I watched Nightmares on Elm Street. I guess you're gonna jump straight into it, huh? Damn. I gotta say, I'm surprised. Fair enough. Nightmare on Elm Street. Shit. Damn. For me, I always liked Michael Myers or, It. Because I watched the older version and then the newer versions. And, it's kind of nice, actually. I like them. I know those ones are CGI, but it's fun for me. But let me just tell you something. So, phonocidal here. My mum was watching a movie, right? And it was about a woman, her, 4 daughters? Oh, just 2 daughters and stuff, whatever. And her husband, but her husband wasn't in the image at that time, so this house was insanely fucking haunted, right? And there was a little demon bitch right on the cupboard. But this daughter was crying the first night, saying, "Oh, they're coming to get me, oh, they're fucking coming to get me and shit." I was like, okay, it's still somewhat funny. And then the next night, there's this haunted bitch is on the fucking wardrobe, and then the daughter was there like, the mom goes into the room, and the psycho bitch just jumps on there, starts strangling the shit out of the child. I was like, fucking hell. And then third night is the mom was just making the bed, and the mom's like, "Girls, you're supposed to be asleep," but the girls were actually fully asleep, but the mum heard them laughing. So she goes to the room, but she sees him fully asleep, right? And then she goes to the top of the stairs and sees no one there, but all the picture frames just fucking fly right off it and smash on the stairs. The mum starts saying, "Whoever's down there, you better show yourself, or I'm calling the police." And me just thinking, right, I'm sorry, but I have to say this. This is, you dumb bitch. If you can see no one there, there's clearly no one fucking there. So the mum goes downstairs, right? She hears the old grandfather clock just ticking, talking away and shit. I'm there, okay, standard horror, okay, you get that shit. She opens the basement door, right? She just walks in there, she just turns on the light, but the light bulb heats up into an extreme amount to the point where it smashes itself, right? Okay, no, that's fine. And the mum said, "Whoever you are, you're fucking stuck down there now. I'm closing the fucking door and locking it." And the door, as the mum just tries to walk out the basement door, the door just fucking slams and hits the bitch in the head. I was like, fucking hell. I'm there pissing myself laughing at this point. And then she's in the dark, lighting one match at a time, one match at a time, another one match at a time. And then she's in complete darkness. And a pair of hands just like this saying, "You want to play hide and clap?" I was absolutely pissing myself laughing. I don't know what it is, but horror movies, they really just fucking make me laugh these days. Whether it's the older ones or the fucking newer ones, they just somehow make me laugh. But, don't get me wrong. When you're young and you see a scary movie, you're fucking terrified as shit. You're thinking that shit's gonna real. And, then you just forget about it. It just becomes different as you grow up. You find it amusing or still somewhat terrifying, but you're still able to watch it without any fear or anything, you know? For me, it's just become amusing. So I'm so fucking tired. What's the time? It's 5:32. Okay. So I'm there. You know, I'm just there pissing myself laughing. I like to watch horror movies for fun at this point. You know, any movie for horror, I will watch. But yeah, so really, I just want to hear people's versions of horror. So I know, Carlos, you have The Nightmare on Elm Street when you was five. No, five. That's actually crazy. Yeah. Hold on a second. If you notice in the movie Halloween, there's no blood. The new movies nowadays CGI, where back in the days, Brain Dead used actual, chicken giblets. That's fair enough. Back then, people used to use actual dead bodies and whatnot, or chicken giblets, or anything for a movie to look realistic, and that's what I could find good for classical movies and stuff. But this CGI, it does ruin a lot of movies. They've done it to a lot of things. It is annoying. So, I can understand where you're coming from with that. So, fair's enough. Yeah, so, like, with me, I'm a person who loves, like, films with gore and blood and whatnot. Okay, I'm that kind of person. I'm there, love it, fucking love it. But with CGI, it can ruin movies, if they use it wrong. But with CGI, if you know how to use it right, it makes a movie good. Yeah, I know I'm yawning a lot. It's just something I'm doing right now. So fuck. I don't usually stay up this late. I've only done this about a couple of times, and I got so fucking exhausted. Do you prefer doing Pavlov or VR chat videos? Mainly Pavlov, to be honest, because in the end, you can. With Pavlov, I know there's somewhat limited option because of the guns and the blood, gruesome, whatever. That's funny out of it. You can do many skits out of it. But with VR chat, it's full of degenerates, and you find some really fucked up people. Let me try and find something. This is going to be one of my wholesome moment videos, with VR chat, let's see. It's on shorts though, so it's not going to be long. It's just called Brother Crab. Um, but just depending on who you meet, this is one of my favorite moments. So yeah, I mean, when that's the kind of shit you get in VR chat, it can be funny from time to time. These LED lights ruined movies too back in the day. You'll hear a lot of that from the my generation lol. Used to have phosphorus lights make the movie, if that makes sense. I can understand that. Yeah, some people used to do proper stunts out of helicopters and shit, like without harnesses, and That's what made movies good, because that's the actual risk of a life. But when a lot of people have died in movies, I can't remember what movies people have died in, but a lot of people have died in movies, and that's if directors get put in prison and shit for that. But when they just use CGI or a stunt double, that just ruins it, because people can just notice it and just bang, that's a stunt double. It just ruins the movie. I just love that. You just got to have those, but with phosphorus and stuff, you really just make the movie good. Yeah, but I can really see where you're coming from, Carlos. It's honestly getting bright outside. I'm thinking of having a coffee, or just me having my morning plan. Actually, I'm thinking of sleeping or having coffee until my body just gives up exhaustion, or just generally sleeps and my body doesn't. Actually, not. I'm actually just gonna go sleep after when I've woken people up, because I have an exam tomorrow at college and I can't really be too tired about it, because I need this. It's been bright since 4 a.m. Yeah, honestly, bro, it's starting to give natural sunlight. It's mental. I mean, my VR has just charged up, so if I could actually like stream through it and stuff, I would just gladly do it. Um, yeah. But though, to your thing, Carlos, it's been bright since 4 a.m. Yeah, it has been, yeah. I swear it started getting bright around like what, 2, 3 a.m. Your chat isn't that bad, it just depends on the world. I usually just stay in the core world. Fair enough, mate. I've been in there a few times. The world has changed, but it's slowly filling with degenerates. I met a group of people that was in the Hans Lander skin from Inglorious Bastards. Love that movie, by the way. Good movie. Um, and a group of them just in that outfit. I copied that avatar. We were just in servers, going from server to server, questioning people why they were doing that. We got kicked from so many servers. But I will go in the Team Fortress 2 server and VR court servers, really getting funny ass servers. You meet some real funny people. Yeah, so I can understand your point on that. Where just depending on how you use it. So well, let me see if I have one. A VR chat video. That kind of that can back up your point there. Oh, I got hiccups. I mean, yeah. So this is just me belching and just clapping my hands because I had hand tracking at the time. So here's what I did.
I need a burp. Hang on. Never mind. It's not coming out.
I just did that for content, and people just looked at me like, "What the actual fuck?" So yeah, I can understand where you're coming from. That VR chat isn't that bad. There are many possibilities of content you can do, but restrictions, moderators just ruin it for you. But in Pavlov, you get very little of that, very little chances of being kicked. And I know the game is being slowly filled with kids that are just screaming, "Oh, thick fucking Theven." That shit just pisses me off. I'm not gonna lie. I was in a server earlier full of people. They were just going on about one kid was just screaming, "I'm the alpha, I'm the one, I'm the Sigma." So I stabbed him. I stabbed a kid in VR. Was it pleasant? Yes, it was. Did it make me happy about that? Yes, it did. I didn't record it though, because I know I should have, but I was just shooting people left, right, and center. I was dying a lot. I was killing a lot. It was fun. I took like what 2-3 minutes to the range. Got perfect hits because I was using iron sights. And once you manage to center the iron sights just right, not with the right hand or left hand, but you perfectly center them so when you're recording, the screen could just see perfectly with the iron sights or a sniper. I did that so well. I actually managed to hit targets perfectly with 1911 M9 and what else? Desert Eagle 50 AE. So I mean that's the fun things. Let me just see if I have a video I can use for that, like example. Yeah, see, just had it right there. So this one is my personal favorite. So yeah, that's my kind of content. I really enjoy making gun games content for people to enjoy. I've done so much like the shit.
Hey, I'm just trying to take a shit here, man. Take it. Whoa. Shit. I said shit, but you didn't. Shit.
That was just in the Mackey's Pavlov server, Then there was the but yeah, for kind of yeah, I was in. We were just having back and forth fun with some bloke.
Sandwich. Yo, he told me to get it, and he said yo, he released his cream in that shit. She's goddamn lying. She's goddamn lying. She motherfucker.
But yeah, I had a lot of fun in that server, But yeah, I don't know. 5:44. So soon enough, I'll be on till about 2 hours mark, and then I'll be hopping off. Playing COD and getting your ass handed to you from little boss steward from across the globe is just not funny, especially when you have an email address twice a day. Damn. I mean, yeah, so like, I can understand that when you're playing Call of Duty and then you get your ass handed to you by a kid in a game that you've been playing for so fucking long, that can honestly, it can be funny and then a joke. I used to play Call of Duty Zombies, uh, Black Ops 2. Was it Call of Duty Zombies? I can't remember it. Call of Duty World at War Zombies. Oh my god, that was so fucking fun. Me and my brother used to play that together. We used to sit on my top bunk of the bed, listening to 500 Miles, that little song, and oh my god, it was the best fucking times. We used to just sit there, play games for hours on end. And we used to have arguments who would be top screen, who would be bottom screen, player one or player two. That's just standard brother stuff you get. So in the end, I just don't really care about that part no more because Call of Duty World at War, we had that on the PS3. Good game, good game. Honestly, I wish I could play it again. And there was Call of Duty, Black Ops 2. Yeah, but Call of Duty, man, those were good games, man. I still love those games. Oh, it's funny, yeah. COD Zombies, the OG, good time. There. Yeah, it was true. You remember Call of Duty Zombies, like the first ever one, and you was in some old like military base from Nazi Germany and shit, not the World at War one, and then you had like what was it, the not M1 Grand, I believe it was the M10, and the Olympia shotgun. I was playing COD on your PC back in 2000. Not bad. Yeah. I mean, that was way before I was even born, man. So, fair enough. But yeah, throughout my childhood, like when I was like, what, to 10, I didn't have a phone really, so when I was a kid, we used to just hang out outside or chill in the garden. I used to do like make these little pieces of shit furniture out of wood and screws I had in the garden laying around. Because I was a kid, I didn't really have a phone, or I only had Saints Row the Third on Xbox One, like no Xbox 360. And I never really played that as much. We were just there playing games for hours and end, just learning cool shit about the game. And then as soon as that's done, you think, damn, that's it. So my brothers used to just go outside and play games, do some ding dong ditching, pretty much just kid stuff. We just had a lot of fun when we was kids. Damn, how is it really that bright already as a joke? Honestly, I'm usually up to like what 3 a.m. minimal, and then just sleep. I don't do this so much that I'm just up. Have a guess. My first computer. Oh, um. Okay. Put the phone down for this. Okay, can I have a hint? Hmm. So for your first computer, you've honestly got me so beat here. I have no idea, man. I don't really know consoles and computers so well. I mean, I'm honestly just a guy who does VR content and Xbox from time to time, and a lot of live streams. Early 80s. Oh, what devices released in the early 80s? Was it a PC or something? Well, like one of those old PCs or laptops you used to get. No, wait. Because currently I'm thinking of like one of those really older versions of PCs or monitor, like Game Boys that you used to get. 48K. Damn, I'm honestly so big. I have no idea, man. Um, I'll have a quick drink. Honestly, I can't. I don't know, man. Okay. Times two Spectrum 48K. Damn. Honestly, I don't even know that device. Just go check it out, actually. Yeah. Yeah, man, you've honestly beat me at this. Holy shit. Fair enough, man. Oh yeah, ZX Spectrum 48K, Forging Digital Dreams. Damn. Really, dog? You just had to ruin the moment with a snore. Fucking hell. I never actually knew that thing. Honestly, that's a new thing I've learned today, so thank you. I'm just going to check the time, 5:51 a.m. I don't really have a clock in here, otherwise I'll be looking at that right now. But yeah, so The moment I find a good place of employment that I can just use for, funny little footage, I'll just give like content updates of work and stuff. Give some blogs of work and what I do exactly. But funny thing though is in the pub, you couldn't really do as much recording or doing anything because policies and stuff. We didn't really have a policy for that, but we used to have a whiteboard where any employee could write any question down and anyone could answer it, as like a little fucking goof. And one day I just walk in there thinking, oh yeah, nothing of it whatsoever. And then I go to look at the whiteboard. Let me just find the image for you. I remember exactly what was on the whiteboard. Scheiße. It's all in 2025, okay? Still finding. Come on, come on, come on. Ah, here it is. So this one is about a shower, okay? This one says, did you shower today? 5 people, but le cold one for yes. And one person, well, 2 people put golden shower. Jake pees on me, 69. We piss on each other. Someone put, what the fuck, ew. And someone says, for the no, they put a little space bubble with it saying, bet you didn't, with a smiley face. I mean, I was there just thinking, like, what the actual fuck? I'm there just laughing my ass off, thinking, okay, not the worst thing to laugh about. You just get this kind of shit happens. It's work. And I was like, holy shit. Yeah, honestly, we used to write funny little stories on there. We do funny little things in the bar. One of my co-workers named Chris. First day, when I was doing what was it, barback? This bloke, I was heading down to the cellar. He just popped over and said, "Yo, Rcxdvr, can you just grab me a case of Coronas and shit?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, man." I was like, "Say hey there, you want anything else?" It was like, holy shit. Yeah, golden showers, you know what I mean. Good pissing. Uh, by then I did know what golden shower was, yeah, by then. And he was like, holy shit, I didn't know you do the Herbert voice. I was like, yes, I do. Mm. So we did a lot of dumb shit with that Herbert voice. And this seller, he was like, what, 6'5"? It was tall, okay? Much taller than me. In this safety cell, I just had to do like a slight crouch, like a slight bend. And this guy had to fully like do a Chinese bow, like to the alcohol room. There was two. We had champagne, wines, anything that needed to be cooled. And then the room that was just full of the sweet stuff, like vodka, rum, whiskey, dead man's finger, uh, Jägermeister, some of the good stuff. Those are the ones I could name. So I never really had any issues with that. It's always fun things to have. All right, yeah. In about So what? When it gets to 6 a.m., I'll be gone for like a few more minutes. I'll give my brother his wake up call, and I'll come back down for. I'll have to end the live there, unfortunately. He has really nice chat to people when I do so. So about what, 4 more minutes? Yeah, 4 more minutes. I will head off. But yeah, though. But seriously, although as my time is coming to an end now, I fucking love doing this shit. So I never really. I used to get subscribers doing very dumb shit. I used to like play a game called Simon Says and Onwards. I'd have an LMG holding people at gunpoint, right? We're gonna play a game of Simon Says. I used to do this. Right, who here is subscribed to Rcxdvr? I was like, what? I was like, you heard me. Who is subscribed to Rcxdvr? I said, Simon says subscribe to Rcxdvr now or die. Everyone fucking subscribed. Except one person. And guess what? I shot the can. That's like some doing the Jimmy the Bastard thing. It was like, right, my name's Jimmy the Bastard. Watch this. So I shot the bloke who didn't do it. It was easy way just to do that kind of thing, you know. We had a lot of fun with it. I used to do it every time I had a chance. And that was on the MetaQuest 1. And I was like, fuck yeah. Second. Alright, I'm gonna head off now, but thanks for watching. Have a good night, everyone. Take care. Get some sleep. Thanks for watching. And for Carlos, man, you gotta get some sleep. It's like, what, nearly 6 a.m.? 2 minutes till 2 till 6. And yeah, so take care. Have a good night. Peace out. I'll have to go soon. How often do you live stream? Oh, I do it like when I'm not in college, so usually, let me just quickly show you. I put out little posts to let people know when I'm going to do live. So if you ever like check those out, you know, you'll find me there and soon enough. I usually I'll be going live 11 p.m. or midnight or, you know, midnight to 1:30. So, you know, yeah, you know. Alright then. Thank you. But you know, when I'm next live, I'll put out a thing. So maybe, let's see. Friday is one of the nights where I am off college. So Friday night, I will be doing a live. So this Friday gonna come up. I will. Do you have a? Oh, thank you. Have a great day yourself, mate. Take real good care. Make sure don't vape, don't smoke, don't do anything that'll harm your system no more than it already has done. And yeah, thank you for watching. Take care. Have a good night. Well, good morning.